everyone, welcome to my channel and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. This is another episode in my deck walkthrough series that I have been doing, and today I'm going to bring you a deck that's not a tarot deck, it's not an oracle deck either. This is a deck that you can use for self-exploration, and it is the Archetypal Cards by Caroline Myss. A very beautiful deck, and if you're doing a lot of soul searching, if you're on a journey, a spiritual journey, this is a really brilliant deck to get, and I highly recommend this deck. This deck was done by Caroline Myss, and it's been published through Hay House Publishers, and it was done in 2003. And it is an 80 card deck with 74 archetypal cards and 6 blank cards, so that you can add your archetypal characteristics to it, or if you have new archetypes that you find, add it to the cards. So it's a really versatile deck in the sense that it is quite fluid. You can change the deck to suit your own personal needs. So a really beautiful deck, and let's get going with it. So you can see it comes in this beautiful red box, and red being the color of Christmas would be a great Christmas present for somebody. So if you're on a journey, if you want to know how people function, how they think, the archetypes are actually the energies, or the psychological energies, or the psychological lessons that people go through in life, and this deck portrays it really, really nicely. She's managed to put it into categories, and it makes understanding people very much more, it makes it easier to understand how people think and how people are going to react in certain circumstances. It also allows you to do a lot of soul growth, because you can put these archetype scenarios into your own life. You can see evidence of it in your own life, and you can understand why you react to certain things, or how you are going to react to certain things as well. And it can help you deal with situations where there's been a lot of pain, a lot of heartbreak, where you're trying to get over things. It helps you heal. So in my opinion, this is a really good healing deck to get. So it, like I said, it is that 80 card deck, and that's written on the box over there, and it's a beautiful box. It's a little bit about the cards on the back of the box, and it's a very, very sturdy box. So let's open it up, and it comes with this book, and this gives you a really good insight into each card. It tells you about what the different archetypes are, and how they appear in your life, and it allows you to home in on the archetype that is what you're going through, really. Helps you determine which phase you're going through, and it helps you understand your psyche a lot better. So it's a really good read, this archetypal book. And in the book itself, you've got the pictures of the cards, and you have got they're done in black and white. They tell you a little bit about each card over there, and it takes you all through that, the 74 cards. And like I said, there are 6 blank cards, so that you can add archetypal energies to it, really, or you can, if there's new archetypes that you discover, you can actually add it to the deck and customize the deck to suit yourself. So it takes you through that 80 the 74 different archetypes, and it's really nicely written over there, very concise, very clear. There's not a lot of messing about, really, and it makes for a really good read, really in-depth read, and I've gotten a lot of insight having gone through this. So well worth getting the deck just for that, for your personal journey in itself. Now these are the cards, so I'll just show you the blank cards quickly. So it's just got light attributes and shadow attributes on it, and there's a blank card, and you can actually add your archetypes. So there's 6 of these cards that you can alter or change according to what you want. You know, change the deck according to the way you need it. The cards themselves are about 10 by 14 centimeters. So, you know, reasonably big cards. It's got a picture in the center over there. It's got the light attribute and a shadow attribute. So the negative and the positive, really. And it's got the title on the top over there. The cards are colored various colors. They're not color coordinated, but the pictures on it are very clear, and it's quite a nice sturdy card. It's got a little bit of a shine to it. Not the easiest of cards to shuffle because of the size, but you know, it's not a problem really. You know, once you get used to it, it's okay. And you know, they're very, very well made, very, very sturdy cards, and they will last quite a long time. And just take care of them when you're handling them. So I'm just going to go through all of them, just show you each one of it, and take you through these cards so that you can decide, you know, whether or not you want to buy it. So it's quite a beautiful deck, and you know, there's a lot of insight that comes from actually going through the deck and even using the deck. So you can pick out your situations that you know, are going through your life at the moment and understand why these things are going on. So a very, very good deck in that regard. So the first card is the Vampire. Like I said, it's got the shadow attribute and the light attribute. So the light attribute of the Vampire archetype, it says, makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. So, you know, in your life you do get energy vampires that come in, and this Vampire card is showing you that. You can use this deck as an oracle deck to pick out whatever energies are passing through your life. So you can randomly pick out the energies that are coming through, and this deck displays it quite nicely. So if you're going through a period where you're dealing with people that are drawing a lot of energies, you know, you might well end up drawing this card of the Vampire. The shadow attribute of the Vampire is depleting others for your own psychic survival, chronically complaining, or being codependent. So those are the shadow sides of it. Now the shadow side seems to be, you know, the negative qualities that you display sometimes in your life. So at some point or the other, we all are vampires. We can either be somebody that drains people of their energies, or people come and drain us. So vampires come into our life, or we can end up becoming vampires where we drain people of energies. So it all depends on whatever phase you're going through. So that is really very, very interesting that you have a light attribute and a shadow attribute, and you can be either one of them. You can either be going through the light phase of that particular archetypal energy, or you could be going through the shadow phase of it. So very, very interesting. You've got the victim phase, victim archetype here, the king, the servant, the damsel, the thief, lover, alchemist, goddess, gossip, the bully, mother, addict, athlete, judge, gambler, hero or heroine, teacher, angel, trickster, detective, networker, scribe, mentor, mediator, the child orphan, the poet, father. So you can see even with the father archetype, you've got in the light attributes, you've got the talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. So that's the father figure in a positive light. But in the shadow attribute, it could be somebody who becomes dictatorial and abuses their authority. So, you know, it depends on what phase that particular person is in, or how they are manifesting in your life. So it's a really good deck of cards for energy manifestation, so you can see how these energies actually affect your life. You've got the martyr, The child magical, the hermit. Beggar, healer, student, the child divine, guide, knight, fool, the storyteller, avenger, child wounded, saboteur, pioneer, dilettante, femme fatale, the liberator, child nature, messiah, the rebel, the hedonist, the mystic, queen, advocate, Samaritan, the exorcist, the monk or nun, a seeker, virgin, the shapeshifter, slave, visionary, prince, rescuer, the child eternal, the artist, the Don Juan, destroyer, priest, Midas or miser, companion, warrior, prostitute, engineer, or god. Now, at some phase or the other, we all go through these archetypal energies, and these are the psychological or archetypal energies that we go through in our lives. We manifest it in different times or different aspects, or there might be different scenarios that make us manifest these things. So she's covered a lot of the archetypes very, very nicely. It's done so beautifully. It's put into categories, for somebody to go through that and give you some insight, give you clarity. It's beautifully done, and she's put it on some really lovely looking cards, and very, very sturdy cards. The book was very, very insightful, and I still am working through it, so I am using it. But it is a great deck for a personal spiritual growth, and even if you're getting into the tarot, where tarot deals with a lot of energies, it's very, very important to understand these archetypes, because the tarot does tend to cover these archetypes in as you're working with these energies in the tarot. So this deck just helps you focus on it and understand it, and makes you more receptive to reading the tarot. So I think this is a great complementary deck for tarot reading, but it's also a very, very good deck for spiritual growth. And that she's added these extra cards, means that you don't have to be, it's not very... you're not closed off in a little box where you have to read it according to this particular way. You can change the deck and use it to suit your own needs, or change it to suit your own needs. If you have insights or into people's character, you can put that down as your new archetypal energy cards and use that when you're doing your readings. So I hope that you do give this deck a try. This deck has been based on Carl Jung's archetypal energies, or archetypal hypotheses about people and their psychological attributes. So that's very important to understand, that there is a scientific sort of basis for this deck. It's not just based on gut instinct or whatever she thought was coming up. This deck is based on a very sound psychological foundation, and it's something that is well worth looking into and well worth getting, just to even understand how things work on a daily basis. Sometimes we don't really understand why people do the things that they do, and we always feel when they do things that are unexpected, that we're being victimized, or sometimes you can't make head or tail, or make sense of whatever they've done. And this deck helps you put things into perspective and get a greater understanding when you're dealing with people. So I shall put the links to Amazon and eBay in the description box rather, so that you can follow these links and buy the deck. It's not an expensive deck, and it's well worth buying it for all the work that went into it. I think this deck is nice, is very nicely priced, very cheaply priced, and you'll get much more out of it than what you pay for it. So like I said, Christmas is coming up. A great deck to give as a gift. On the back over there, she's got this lovely floral design. I didn't show you the back of the card, so it's beautifully designed. You can see there, there's a lot of flowers and leaves there, a nice little floral pattern going on, and it's nicely done in red. But a beautiful deck and well worth investing in. So I hope you've enjoyed this deck review, and please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave me some comments if you have. And thank you so much for watching. Take care now. Goodbye.